Hello, everyone. Thank you for listening to another episode of Dan Tony Sports. My name is Dan Snyder, joined by Tony Casper. Dan O'Shea will be here shortly. But, Tony, how you doing?
Doing wonderful.
Oh, great to hear. So this is going to be one of our favorite weeks that we've done so far. It is the Big Ten.
The best conference in college football.
Hands down, the best college football conference.
Easily. Screw you, SEC.
And the ACC.
Yeah, they could be added on there, too. You're a basketball school.
Yeah.
Keep trying.
Absolutely. We don't want to hear any more garbage about how the SEC is the best conference when it's clearly the Big Ten. But before we get into all of this discussion, as always, we have our pigskin poetry. This week, I had a poem, then scrapped it and rewrote one yesterday.
Okay, all right.
Odell Beckham, are you dumb? During an eclipse, don't look at the sun. Let's just hope your retinas don't burn. Although, maybe then you'll learn. Your talent is crazy, your skills are true. There's not much football-wise that you can't do. But your mind isn't right and you've got to grow. If you mature, you'll be the show. I'm saying stop the antics, that is all. The Giants need you to just catch the ball. So no more sun and no more boats. Learn to be humble and be the GOAT.
I like it. I mean, it's true. He does need to... I mean, we're in the third year now with Odell Beckham, and as a Giants fan, it's, you know... I can understand a young guy not wanting to take the leadership role, but at a certain point, it's going to have to happen. He's going to have to step up. The maturity is going to have to take over. For what it's worth, I know it's a very small sample size, but the way he responded to questions about the hit last night that everyone was up in arms of, by the way, it was a legal hit.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
But the way that he conducted himself and the way that he answered the questions gives me a little bit of hope. It's a little bit more maturity than what we've seen from him in the past.
For now, yeah. So we're going to get into all that. We got a fun show. We're going to talk college football, little bit of NFL preseason, and then we'll get right into the Big Ten breakdown. So let's start really first off. There are 5 college football games this Saturday.
Yes.
And I am going to sit on my couch and I'm going to watch all 5.
I will probably be golfing, paying attention to these scores. But I will also be partaking. I have a feeling I'm going to be watching a lot of the Stanford-Rice game because I'm going to be waiting for the fight, and God knows that's not going to go off until like 2 in the morning.
Yeah. I don't even care about the fight anymore.
I have to play host, so I don't have a choice. I mean, people are coming to my place expecting a fight, and unless I can get Chuckles and somebody else hopped up on some kind of narcotic, I don't know that I can guarantee a fight without having to pay for it.
Okay. Yeah, so you hear that we're going to get Chuckles and someone else hooked up on some narcotic.
It might create for a better fight. I don't know what the result of this one's going to be. I did read an interesting article on ESPN, though, that if McGregor wins, Vegas stands to lose a ton of money. Like tons. Like there's one sports book in Vegas that will be in the red $3 million if McGregor wins, as it stands right now. Obviously, the big players are waiting for the line to kind of level out, be more towards the middle, and then you're going to... I would imagine hours before the fight, you're going to see some big money placed on Mayweather.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. That's how it always works out. Although there's a little bit, we'll talk about it really quickly. There's a little bit of controversy that is going on. We'll see how that plays out. So Floyd Mayweather a week or two ago was talking about how McGregor has the advantage because he's younger, he's bigger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we talked about this the last time.
Yeah. So. McGregor did an interview with ESPN. They asked some ridiculous question about respecting Floyd Mayweather, and he was going on and on about how anyone who is willing to strap up the gloves and step into a ring for combat sports, he has immense respect for, blah, blah, blah. So now they're in the buddy-buddy phase, it seems.
Well, I mean, I think at the end of the day, you have to respect somebody for their talents. I believe Mayweather knows he can't do what McGregor does, and there has to be a level of respect for McGregor coming out of his comfort zone. And for McGregor, you can't say you don't respect what's what is without a doubt one of the greatest fighters, boxing wise, of all time.
49-0, you can't dispute that. But
no, you can't. I mean, you can say that certain fights were cherry picked or however you want to do it, but the record is what the record says. Yeah, the record is what the record says, and he will go down as one of the greatest of all time. Boxing is a sport that I find it's almost impossible to say one boxer is the greatest of all time versus another boxer.
Especially because of weight classes.
Well, that's the main thing. Like
rule differences.
Muhammad Ali would have picked up Mayweather and threw him out of the ring.
Yeah, but what would Tyson have done to Ali?
True.
If Tyson got a hold of him, he'd have killed him.
I mean, for what it's worth, in their primes, considering they're both at the end of their careers, one coming back out of retirement in Mayweather and the other just retiring, what would have happened if Mayweather had to fight Klitschko?
Oh, man.
A slaughter?
Yeah.
I mean, he's never going to land a punch that Klitschko is going to be affected by. I mean, that's where... But that's why I classify Mayweather in... You're naive not to do it in the conversation of the greatest of all-time fighters.
And, I mean, even with the heavyweights, Klitschko... You can take both Klitschkos, put them in a ring together... fighting Butterbean. I'm sure Butterbean still wins. That man is twice them.
Yeah, there is that possibility.
Klitschko's are what, 215 pounds each, roughly? Sure. Butterbean's like 310.
Yeah. No, I mean, any of them against Foreman would be a bad idea. Foreman was rock solid. I mean, Foreman gave Ali the run for his money. If it wasn't for Ali rope-a-doping him and letting him tire himself out, Ali probably shouldn't have won that fight.
It's crazy. But the controversy... stems from, them doing a little bit of their trash talk, and McGregor saying that, if he wants to, he could just, knock him out in 10 seconds. Which, first of all, I highly doubt, but...
It might be his best chance.
Yeah, it definitely would be. But Mayweather shot back, and here's where the controversy comes, and says that he needs to stop worrying about Mayweather and worrying about making weight. Because right now he is overweight.
Although I do that's first off, I'm not worried about the weigh-in. He'll make his weight, whether or not they're going to fast him or however they're going to want to do it.
Yeah, he can.
Right now, I imagine what they're going through right now is probably stamina building. Listen, you've taught him what he needs to know to fight, but there's no more teaching in that aspect is concerned. But right now, he has to be concerned about going the distance. 12 rounds is 12 rounds.
Crazy.
And if he's focusing on endurance and cardio, that's going to shed some pounds off of him. I mean, these guys have been doing this for a living. They can get to weight. I'm not worried about that.
He knows how to hit. He knows McGregor knows how to hit. He knows how to take a hit. I think what he really should be focusing mostly on is learning how to avoid being hit. Because in MMA, that's not a thing. You get hit, and you just take the hit. In boxing, there are different point amounts for where you hit people. So if Mayweather lands, 5 even soft punches to McGregor's face, it's going to be tough for McGregor to come back from that, even if he's dominating the fight. So he needs to learn how to not get hit.
Yeah, and we're kind of in the dark. We don't know who we're going to see and how what style we're going to see from Mayweather. I mean, it's hard for us to know that. I mean, in my opinion, there's really no more reason to dwell on this. I don't care if they change the way of the gloves again. Ring the bell, let's go. We're at this point, we're 5 days away. Ring it, let's find out what happens.
You're right, style is important. Speaking of style, Dan O'Shea is here, and he's got on some real stylish socks. Going with, what is that called?
The Argyle socks.
Argyle, yes.
Yeah.
Argyle.
Chuckles has got vests that look like that. He comes home looking like Mr. Rogers.
I try to avoid the vests, but I do have a...
Oh, no, he's got full-on carnigans. I expect him to come in, like, tell me a story, show me his train set. Like, whole nine.
There's this one...
Looks good for him. I mean, I couldn't do it.
No. Mr. Rogers, oh man. Like, there's this one clip on YouTube that Christine always plays where he just keeps repeating, have you ever grown anything in the garden of your mind? It's like the creepiest thing ever. It is creepy. But she loves it, and she plays it like... Not so much
fantastic.
anymore.
Now that I know about this, I'm going to play this for everyone.
Wait, she doesn't play it as a joke? She
doesn't play it anymore.
Okay.
She used to. She's cooled off on it.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
I might even be playing it on this show.
Might as well.
I'm going to just wait for the right moment and hit play.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You can... I think it'd be a little bit more apt or more correct. We have some breaking news. Cavaliers and Celtics have agreed to a trade Isaiah Thomas and Kyrie Irving.
What?
Just straight up?
No, that can't be right.
I just got an alert on my phone from ESPN. They agreed.
I'm going to look
Any
into this, but
sense.
let's keep going with what we need to get through. I'm going to look into this further and find out if I can get any details for us.
All right, so we're gonna move right on then into college football. Like I said, we have 5 games coming up this week. I just want to hear your thoughts, maybe give some predictions for the games. So the first one we'll go with is Oregon State versus Colorado. Colorado entered, when I started doing research, as a 3.5-point favorite. They're now a 4-point favorite over Oregon State. Oregon State in the last 5 games is 2-3, 4-8 record overall last season. Colorado State 3-2 in their last 5 games, 7-6 overall last season. It's being played in Fort Collins, Colorado. So that leads me to believe that Colorado is going to lose. It's now being reported by CBS as well.
Yep, I
It's
just found
being
it
reported
as
by
well,
everybody.
by the
Bleacher
vertical.
Report's got
It's a
it.
package. It's a
Yeah,
package
it's
with,
going to include a lot of
with
people. In
IT. This could be really good for Cleveland. This could be excellent for what their team needs are, especially with an unhappy Kyrie versus, you're losing something with him versus IT, but if you're gaining some pieces that they desperately need to face down Golden State, then this could be very big for them.
If I were Boston, we'll get back to that in just a second. I would have tried instead of getting Isaiah Thomas. I would have tried, because we know LeBron runs the point. They don't need a point guard. LeBron is their point guard. I would have gone after Gordon Hayward. I'd be like, give us Gordon.
Yeah.
Give us Gordon.
And just put LeBron at point.
Put LeBron at
So
point.
from what it sounds like, is the Celtics have agreed to a deal with them, which said Irving to Boston in exchange for Thomas, Crowder, Szynski, and the Nets' unprotected 2018 first-round pick.
They got Crowder.
They got the 2018 first pick.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Well, now
What are the
that might make a
Celtics-
Melo. That might
Not
make
to
a Melo
mention they
deal
get
happen.
Crowder and
If they have the
Thomas on
pick,
top of it.
and they want Melo, they might be able to make that.
It
deal
says
happen
that the
too.
Cavaliers were in conversations before this with the Suns and Knicks.
Yeah.
Right, but the Knicks were never. They wanted Porzingis for
yeah.
and the Knicks were never going to do that.
No. Well, I mean now, how much more do you want to piss off
The fan base, right.
base of New York? I mean that would really hit
But
the cycle in the year.
That first, the Cavs. Why would the Cavs want that first? They're in win now mode. They're going to use that.
They
piece
want
to
it
make
in case
another
LeBron
trade.
bounces.
Possibly, but if I were
mean, you
them,
keep it
I'd
in
want
your
to win
back
another
pocket.
championship.
Try and use it in trade bait, but if you can't, it's a nice thing to have in your pocket for 2 first-rounders.
Yeah, but now they have the trade pieces to get Melo that they didn't really have before.
Here's the problem. Melo don't want them.
He might be persuaded.
I don't think.
He wants to play with LeBron.
And then now, why would the Knicks trade him? What could they get?
A first round pick for 2018.
They don't. I don't think that would be.
It might not, but it gives them pieces to move, and I think they're going to move them.
They would need to get Carmelo Anthony. They would need like Tristan Thompson and Kevin Love. They would need to package the two of them for like Melo and Kuzminskis or Hernan Gomez.
Why would they need to do that if they have a pick to swap?
Do the Knicks want picks?
Yes,
No.
yes, the Knicks want picks. Are you crazy?
I don't think the Knicks care as much about picks as they're trying to let on.
They absolutely should if they're in rebuild mode.